got a text from a local reseller buddy of mine saying that he had a giant box full of science fiction books and did I want them? No, I don't want them. But yes, I certainly do want them. So this may be the last of these big book hauls in front of the old Sci-Fi place here. Who's to say? I'm to say. Probably the last one because I need to stop. I don't know exactly what all is in here. I know the titles that I can see up top, and they are very promising. But I don't know all of what is in here. Man in the High Castle, Philip K. Dick, contemporary one. A beautiful vintage copy of Nova by Delaney. I read one of the more modern editions from the early 2000s that looks terrible. It's got an awful cover. This is the cover that I really wanted, and I had it in my grasps. Grasps, plural. All of my grasps were upon it, and it slipped through all of them. So I finally have a copy again. I may actually hang on to this one. A bunch of these I may actually keep in storage. Most of them I'm going to sell. They're going to be on a Whatnot auction. I don't know exactly when or in what order. There will be a link in the video description or the pinned comment down below. Maybe both. Who's to say? Once again, I'm to say. Vintage rare edition of The Mote in God's Eye. I've not seen the purple cover for this one. I don't know where in the publication order that is, but it's got the great eye graphic on it. Hot Sleep by Orson Scott Card, The Worthing Chronicle. This is all free. The Space Prodigal by Carl Sherrill. Probably bad. I don't know. It's got a little gnome guy on it. This one, this is one of the reasons I said yes. Hell on Earth by Doom. By Doom? Jesus Christ, I am tired. Where in the order is this? I think this is book 3. I have book 4 still. I need books 1 and 2. Hell on Earth was the third campaign, right? I think it was. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one. That's a keep for sure. E. Doc Smith, or Edward E. Doc Smith, The Galaxy Primes. It's an interesting one. Not super common. Not seen it. Gonna sell that one. Mind Bridge by Joe Haldeman. Gonna sell it. Procyan's Promise, Michael McCollum. Restaurant at the End of the Universe. Tarzan Triumphant by Burroughs and the Ace, Vintage Ace. Rissa Kerguelen by F.M. Busby. It's the guy that did Fuzzies. Congo by Crichton with the ape. The ape window. There he is. That's the ape right there. The Purgatory Zone by Arsden Darnay. Look at that beefcake. It's a good cover. A lot of these I've never seen before. A UK War of the Worlds. Great cover. That's pretty rare. I wonder if... It's kind of Faustian, isn't it? I don't think it is. Is this UK? Maybe not. It has that look to it. No, printed in the USA. I will be damned. Damned unto hell. That is a not UK edition. Sundiver, David Brin. Larry Niven, Convergent series. Seen this one a couple times. 3 Robert Jordan books. 2 copies of Winter's Heart and The Great Hunt. The Children of Lear by Evangeline Walton. Oh, I've had this before. I had a copy of this. This is a more modern retelling from the 70s of, what was it? It's like Celtic mythology, I think. Beautiful cover. Larry Niven, The Ringworld Engineers. I'm going to try not to look at this lower row because I haven't seen it yet. Wonderful Lord of the Rings and vintage Return of the King. And I'm going to skip ahead here to Two Towers. So these two are in the same series, and then this one is in a slightly different series, and this one has Tolkien on the back. These don't. I love the vintage Tolkiens. I have warmed up to Lord of the Rings. Still need to read Return of the King, but I love these covers. Gingerly. And the Book of Lost Tales 1 and 2. Not familiar with these. A toothbrush thing. The Probability Brooch, L. Neil Smith. We have another ape. Second Foundation. That's in really good shape. These are usually really tattered up. That's maybe the best condition I've seen that one in. All These Earths, F.M. Busby again. Pet Cemetery by Stephen King. That's pretty rare. Those get snatched right up. It's almost impossible to find vintage horror books at thrift stores. Ah, we have another ape. We're on to ape number 3 that I can remember. And that's a duplicate ape. Golden Apples of the Sun by Mr. Bradbury. Creature by Drake Douglas. I'm going to look this one up because some of these vintage horrors can be worth quite a bit of money because the demand is just crazy for them. Vintage Dead Zone, Stephen King. Sorry for the glare from the ring light. Too late to turn back. The Avenger, Demon Island by the creator of Doc Savage, Kenneth Robison. A Dr. Palfrey Adventure, The Inferno by John Creasley. Nope, John Creasy. Mr. Creasy. Night of the Vampire, Raymond Giles. That looks rare to me. Destiny Doll, Clifford Simak. The Infinite Man. Daniel Galui, The Infinite Man. I recognize that name. The Best Science Fiction of the Year, number 4. These are typically stacked with people. Let's see who's in here. Frederick Pohl, Silverberg, Niven, Bob Shaw, Benford, PKD, Le Guin, William Tenn, Moorcock, and Zelazny. Good Lord. May have to keep this. I'll ponder it. All right, we're into the stuff that I've not spoiled for myself. The Flight of the Dragonfly, Robert L. Forward. That's a pretty rare one. Don't see a lot of forwards. Paul Anderson, The Queen of Air and Darkness and Other Stories. Awesome cover. I'm not looking. The Prisoner of Zamanak, L. Sprague de Camp. Fantasy, presumably. The Hero of Downways, Michael Coney. That's a crazy cover. I think that's probably pretty rare. In the DAW. Flashing Swords 2, Lynn Carter. Seen this a couple times. That's a Frazetta cover. Hook, The Virility Gene by Zetford. Some pulp stuff. The Overlords of War, John Brunner. Or Gerard Klein. Oh, wow. It's translated by Brunner. Gerard Klein, presumably French. I'm going to look that one up. That's probably pretty rare. Flyers of Antares by Alan Burt Akers. I thought that was a Gore book, but it isn't. Dre Prescott. I've not heard of that. The Phaeton Condition, Douglas Mason. I used to have a John Boyd book. Don't remember the title of it, but it had the same guy on the cover. Edmund Cooper, The Overman Culture. Edmund Cooper is a forgotten pseudo-hack. Read one book, Slaves of Heaven. It was okay. The Island by Peter Benchley, a vintage paperback. Kind of a cool cover. Science Fiction, What It's All About by Sam Lundvall. Had this one time before. I think it might be up there, actually. It might be on the Sci-Fi place, although I may have swiped it out. V, A.C. Crispin. This is TV show tie-in, Will Smith edition. Planet Savers, Sword of Aldones, Mary Zimmer Bradley. Oh, we have more apes. We have 2 more apes. Whoever this person was ape crazy. Neil Barrett Jr., Aldair and Albion. Wow, that looks wild. I'm going to look these DAWs up. Jack Vance, The Deer. I think I have this exact copy. It's in the Planet of Adventure series. Oh, wow. The Dreaming City by Moorcock. And unfortunately, that's coming apart, but that can be glued. It's all tattered up, but man, that's really rare. Look at that. It's one of the Elric books. I've never seen this edition of it. I'm probably going to hang on to this, even though it's all messed up. Wow, I cannot toss that one. Here we go. I did it. The Witch of the Indies by David C. Smith. Unreasoning Mask by PJF. The City of the Sun, Brian Stableford. Wow, that looks nuts. Heart of the Comet by Gregory Benford and David Brin. Vintage Mass Market. Through the Reality Warp by Donald Fail. Feel? He probably would prefer we pronounce it Feel. P-H-E-I-L. That looks like the cover was done by somebody famous. Boris Vallejo. Yes, indeed. Matt has a good eye. Through the Reality Warp. Good job, Matt. You recognized one of the most recognizable genre artists of all time. Perry Rodan. Number 100, Desert of Death's Domain. Number 100, the first edition of the special centennial issue of the world's most fantastic SF series. If one of these is like some crazy rare classic, please let me know. A Spectre is Haunting Texas by Fritz Leiber. That's a rare edition. I found this twice. I've never seen this cover. This one I might have to hang on to. Put that over here. Ooh, I spoiled one for myself. I got one coming up. Science Fiction Hall of Fame, number 1. Looks like greatest science fiction stories of all time, edited by Silverberg. I've only found the add-ons to this, like the second run of these. This one I might actually keep as well. Weapon Shop, Nightfall. There's Cordwainer Smith. There's Kornbluth. Dog. Alfred Bester. Jeepers Creepers. That might be mine. That's going to be mine. Dwellers in the Mirage by A. Merritt. Look at that cover. Look at that cover. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it is beautiful. Look at it. I know you're saying to yourself, that's not beautiful. You're wrong. Look at this. He was an important weird fiction forerunner. Wow, that is awesome. I'm going to keep that one for sure. The Radio Planet, Ralph Milne Farley. Wow. This cover. Look at this. Is that an ape? Do we have yet another ape? From the golden years of science fiction. God, I wonder. What year was this published? 1926. Published in Argosy. Whoa. Wow. I might keep that one too. The books that I'm keeping are the ones that are like rare, and it's mostly these vintage paperbacks. Strangers from the Skies. Oh, it's a book about UFOs. Some of these are really collectible, so I'll definitely look that one up on eBay too. Slave Ship by Frederick Pohl. And we have ape number 5. It started as a bit, and then it's just become real. Nice copy of Hyperion by Dan Simmons. King Kull, Conan. Voila. And they put it back in upside down. There we go. There we go. That might be one of the rare ones. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Close to Critical, Hal Clement. Great cover. Almost looks like a Barlow. Nope. Great cover. Yeah, this is the one that I saw. Starship. Brian Aldiss, also called Nonstop. I would keep this, but this is, to be honest with you, not that difficult a book to find. The Man Who Lived in Inner Space by Arnold Fetterbush. Oh, whoa. I have that in hardcover right there on the Sci-Fireplace. And I had this in mind as like a standout because I've never heard of it. It has this amazing cover. Part Jules Verne, part Jacques Cousteau, part Rachel Carson. The Man Who Lived in Inner Space. Huh. I mean, it's probably bad. But it's got a beautiful cover. The Starman of Leardis by Lee Brackett. Never seen it. Heard Lee Brackett, that name before. So that's a maybe. C.J. Cherry, The Pride of Channer. Red Tide by D.D. Chapman. Love these editions. Man, it's going to be tough to part with these. Jack Williamson, The Legion of Space in the Kick-Ass Timescape. Look at this. Man, I just sold one of these. Not in this cool of an edition, though. Man, why'd I have to say yes? An Exhalation of Stars, edited by Terry Carr. Look at this. Who's in here? 3 transcendental adventures in science fiction. It's got Silverberg, Zelazny, and Pangborn. You know what? I am tired of priests in space. I have grown weary of the priest in space. It's time to move on. None But Man, Gordon R. Dixon. Cool cover. Give me an ape any day. Give me an ape in space. Hell's Pavement by Damon Knight. That rocks. Look at that. Mass mind murders committed in the name of patriotism. Is this a novel? Wow, it's pretty brittle. Oh, man. The Damon Knights, you don't find that much. It's from 1955, printed 1971. Dang. Dang. Joan Vinge, Snow Queen. Already have a copy of that. And, why not? Let's end on Nightmare by Piers Anthony. The hardcover book club has the worst cover of any any science fiction book or fantasy book that I've read. This is marginally better. Okay. Oh wow, it's a card for a video store. So these have been in this box, if you can tell from the dust, if you can see it flying around, for a long time. I'm going to hang on to maybe like, oh man, maybe like a dozen of those, to be honest. That's what you want. If I found this box at a garage sale, I would lose my mind. All right, so I guess tune into the Whatnot auction. This is plural, to see what I keep and what I don't. Wish me luck. Thank you for watching.